Hello friends. I was not planning to record a video today, but I have had a very good sales day as well as a pretty good buy sell trade day, so I figured I'm already here. I might as well just show you guys. Mostly I just want to brag about my sales, and then yeah, I'm going to show you what so far. So I've done Once Upon a Child, Plato's, and Uptown, although I don't have my Once Upon a Child payout yet because it was just crazy busy this morning, so I will have to go back and get that, but that's okay because I already have to go back out and leave the house for Bible study, so it will be on my way to there anyways. So let's start with Plato's. I don't know where the receipt is, but I did take a picture, so let's see. So Plato's, I told you guys I was going to Once Upon a Child with my friends, and I did that. But this morning I'm like, well, I'm already going to be right by there, so let me just quickly throw a Plato's bin together. I'm glad I did. I mentioned Chris and I were just finishing off the inventory by going through the coats on the coat racks over here. You guys, I don't know if you've ever seen the coat racks, but they were getting really stuffed, and so I pulled off 5 or 6 coats, and I'm like, they've been sitting, not just over the summer, but like they've been sitting at least a year. So I'm like, let me go see if I can get some of the weight off of these coat racks, take them to the buy sell trades. You know, the coats are heavy, bins weight, but I figured I could at least just get some of the money back that I spent on them and then put it into something else, which I did. So I'm very happy with that. Everything I did pull off so far, they've taken. I can kind of tell you, I took a picture of each item I put in the bin, so I'll just quickly tell you, and I'll put the picture on the screen here, but it's not like an amazing picture. It's just like of the item folded up. So hopefully this is helpful, but anyways, so let me tell you what they bought from me. And here, let me look at my receipt. So $80.48 is what Plato's gave me for 12 items. So the 12 items they took was an Abercrombie down puffer jacket, a Wrangler, like a Sherpa plaid jacket type thing. They took, I don't know this brand, like I don't know how you say this. I think it's Avec Les Feles, I don't know. It's like a quilted jacket, kind of reminded me of like a Free People dupe. So they bought that. They bought the Lululemon belt bag that I said it's kind of beat up, so I just threw that in the wash and it came out decent, and they bought that from me. They bought a Columbia black fleece vest, which I brought this to them last week and they did not buy it. I just threw it in the washing machine. I was like, maybe I could just fluff it up, make it look a little nicer, so I guess that helped because they did buy that today. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember like which ones they took versus Uptown, because one of them bought this Free People top, but I think that might have been Uptown. They bought a pair of American Eagle, the super high-rise flare. Those were ones that I got from Brandy's Whatnot. They did take the Nike, like the windbreaker, the Y2K style shorts that I showed you guys in the recent bins haul. I did put that American Eagle bodysuit that I got from Brandy in there. I just looked up comps and I was like, it's probably not going to sell for that much, so let me just get the money that I basically paid Brandy for it. So not a lot of profit there, but that's okay. Sometimes I'm just bidding on stuff in her thing because I don't know, it's just fun. So, and I'm happy like she's getting money from it. I know I'm not going to lose money. I mean, if I sold it myself, I would have at least doubled what I paid. But I'm happy that I still bought it from her. One of them, no, that was not Plato's. Plato's did buy the legendary Whitetails like flannel shirt. They bought this Champion like corduroy looking fleece. I thought that would sell so well online, and it's been listed forever and nobody bought it. So they bought a pair of Puma shorts. Those I got from Brandy's Whatnot last week. I did actually go ahead and list those on eBay and Posh. Then when I was going to bag them up, I like snagged my ring on the shorts. So like they're brand new with tag, but now they have like a little pull in them, and I didn't want to go back and edit my listing because of that. So I just took my listing down and put them in the bin just to kind of, again, recoup the money that I paid for them. They took this like black Nike hoodie that's just been in my death rack for a while. And yeah, so I think that's all that Plato's took. So for the $80.48, I bought 3 items and then I got like 20 something back in cash. So the 3 items I bought, this one you know, I was just looking through men's shorts. This is not like what I was looking for, but it was on clearance. So clearance was 50% off. So these were priced at $12. So I paid $6. It's new with tag Tommy Bahama shorts. They do retail for $110. I think I can probably sell these for like around $30. So not great, but a little something. I would have paid $6 at a regular thrift. That was kind of my mindset with these ones. And then these, you guys might have heard me talk about these a couple times. I've sold this exact pair before, and they sold quickly for over 30 bucks. The brand is Baseball Lifestyle 101. So I've sold 2 or 3 pieces now. They've all sold quickly. So these were priced at 18, but the way my mind was going was, you know, I'm kind of trading, so I'm not really out of pocket 18, although these are gonna sell so fast for like 30 bucks plus shipping at least. So I'll be making a little bit more. I just thought that these would be a good pickup, so I grabbed them. I wish they weren't priced at 18. I'm so surprised that like this is a brand that Plato's new to like kind of price up, but I love that brand. Definitely look out for it. All right, and then lastly, I found some knee-high Converse boots. So these were priced at $35, but again, yeah, so I honestly out of that 80 bucks, since some of them were jackets and some of them were whatnot items, I don't think a lot of that 80 was profit. So my goal today was to find something that I could actually flip for more profit, like, and these I think should sell around 100 bucks. So even though they were 35, I thought it was worth the pickup. We're trading old stale inventory for something that I think will flip quickly. These Converse and those Baseball Lifestyle, I bet these will sell within 30 days. The Tommy Bahama shorts might sit a while, but that's okay. So I think that was a really good trade. And then yeah, I pocketed back $20. I'll just go spend that at the bins and turn that into more money as well. And then I wasn't planning to go to Uptown, but so we went to breakfast, and then the friends wanted to go thrifting a little, so they came to Plato's with me. Then we went over to Goodwill. And I only got 2 pairs of shoes at Goodwill. So one are these kids' natives. They are a youth 5, really good condition. I just need to wipe them down, but you know, the treads are like perfect still. These were priced at $6.99. I think I can flip these into about 20 to 25, so not huge profit, but should be a pretty easy listing for me. And then these are just some Kizik's. These were priced at $10.99. I think these should sell for around 35 to 40 fairly quickly, so I did grab those. But yeah, that's all I found at the Goodwill. I mean, I was trying to be picky. There were some Birkenstocks there that they were just putting out, and I put them in my cart at first, but when I was looking over condition, I'm like, you know, they were only $6.99, so I would have profited no matter what. I just don't really like listing stuff that's super duper flawed, so I just went ahead and left those there. But yeah. All right, and then after Goodwill, a couple of our friends parted ways, and then me and Brandy, like I said, I wasn't planning to go to Uptown, but I had the leftover Play-Doh stuff. I'm like, today was my 7 days, because you can only go once per 7 days, so I'm like, let me just go over there with what I have left from Play-Dohs, which was only, must have only been 9 items because they bought 6 and I see 3 left. So yeah, very happy with that. So let's see, what did they buy? So they bought a Maurice's, like a Sherpa new tag that was gifted to me, so that was no money out of my pocket. They bought this like puffer Sherpa NVLT jacket. They bought an Old Navy, just like a men's, kind of a thick flannel shirt. I did see them post on their social media that they're pretty desperate for men's clothes right now, so I might take a look at my old inventory again and try within the next week to take them some men's stuff, or maybe try to get Chris to take a bin in for me. So they bought, I think they might have bought the Free People shirt. They bought a pair of, I think it was 90s straight American Eagle jeans. They bought a Free People like jumper dress, which that I put in there last week, and they both passed on it, and I threw it in the wash, and then they bought it this time. So maybe sometimes things just need a little bit of a refresh. They bought that like fishing, the Urban Outfitters like utility like fishing vest, and I think that was it. Yeah, so they bought 6 items from me and gave me it was like only, the cash amount was like 30 something, but they give you 20% more for store credit, and I'd already found a few pairs of shoes I wanted today, so they gave me $41.25 for the 6 items. So I did spend quite a bit more out of my pocket, which I'll show you what I got. And I also had 20% off today just on my account from getting points with them. So what I grabbed from Uptown were these Hokas. These are women's, they're Gore-Tex, they're the Cordura fabric. So if you see either of those two things, Cordura or Gore-Tex, that's like a good materials. So something you might want to check comps on. Anyway, so these were priced at $40, but yeah, like I said, 20% off. So about $32 is what I paid for these ones. I think these should flip for $70 to $90, honestly. They're very good condition. These Adidas, these are the Grand Court Alpha. They are new with tag, no box. These are a men's 10, so good size. Anyways, I think these weren't going for a ton. I think I might be able to price these at like $49 to $59. So, but yeah, so these were only $25. So I paid $20 out of pocket, which I think I would have bought those, you know, even if I wasn't doing trade-in and I was just kind of going in to buy some stuff to flip. I might have grabbed these just because they're such an easy listing. And I forgot what these were called. Let me check. These are the Red Panda Dunks. So these ones, I just really like the colorway of these. They were priced at $37.99, so around $30 is what I paid for these out of pocket. And I'm thinking that these would sell for like 70-ish, maybe 70 to 80 on these ones. So very good condition on those. And then these are just going to be for Connor. So, you know, these were quite a bit of what I paid, but that's okay. So 44 minus like $9. So I paid around $35 for these shoes for him. So now he has basically all the colors. So hopefully I don't have to buy him any new shoes for a while, but I'm really happy when I can find him. Like, these look brand new. I think they're $70, like if you buy them straight from the site. So, you know, I'm happy with the deal I got on these for him. If he wears them and doesn't ruin them, they'll still have some resale value left as well. So yeah, so what my total that I paid out of pocket after the $44 or $41 trade-in, I still paid $83. So, but if you minus Connor's shoes, that's like 35 of it plus tax, so like almost 40 of it. So essentially I paid like $40 to $45 out of pocket for those 3 pairs plus 6 bins items, which I think that's pretty good. So I would say I'm less than $20 out of pocket into each pair, and I would pay $20 for those like at a Goodwill or something. So I think that it was a good trade. I'm happy with what I found today. There was even a couple more pairs that I kind of wanted, but if they're there next week when I do a trade, I will probably grab them. Okay, so these are the 3 items that neither store bought, which these 2 I'm really surprised about. And honestly, these 2, I knew Plato's I don't think Plato's buys Madewell. I swear I've seen it in there, but I don't think that they buy the denim at least. So I'm going to list these. These are the high-rise slim boy jean. So they are a small size of 24, but I imagine I can at least get like 15 to 20 bucks for those. And then neither store took the new with tag Adidas leggings, so yeah, I don't know. That's okay. I'll list them. They retail $45. I'm hoping I can get like 20 to 25 out of those. And then these, I was really surprised. The Airy pants. These are just from 2024, so a new style. I thought they were cute. Just a little lightweight pant. Kind of can pretty much wear these with anything, so I'm sure they'll sell well for me. I'm sure I can get like 20 bucks for those, so that's okay. So yeah, 20, 40, you know, these 3 items that they didn't buy, I'll be able to probably sell for at least 60 bucks, so not too bad. All right, so yeah, that was my morning, and like I said, I will go back to Once Upon a Child, and the receipt should, this video I'm not editing for several days, so I'll definitely know how much I made before I'm done, and I'll put it somewhere in this video for you to see. I don't know. I'm imagining I'll get at least over $100 for Once Upon a Child, but it was so busy this morning. I guess they were saying they closed their buy counter the last couple days, which we didn't know before we showed up, but because of that, people that had been waiting or wanting to go the last couple days came back today. So just the line was like 3 times as long as normal. Okay, let me show you what I sold today. I saw I had an offer as I was looking at a bunch of stuff in my phone, so let's see what that is. Not accepting that one. Counter. So that was a $20 offer on the cool vest that I got from Brandy's Whatnot. So definitely not worth it. That definitely has comps around 35 to 40 at least. So, all right. First thing, 3 of the North Face items that I bought with the credit that I have sold today. 3, and I think we only bought 4 items to actually list. So I'm so happy about this. Yeah, so this one is the men's vest. It is a 700 downfill. This one sold on eBay for $167.20. Like, that's crazy. I don't even know what the retail is. It says $230. So, you know, they're still getting a good deal. This is a really nice vest. It's going to be very warm for somebody. It has like the hood that folds in there. So yeah, that was such a good flip. So I posted about this on Facebook and someone was like, can you give us a breakdown? And honestly, like, I can't give you an exact breakdown because I didn't weigh all my items or anything like that. The first day I went with 20 something items. Most of them were from bins, but a few of them were from our personal closets, which I would have paid like more normalish prices, not retail, but like at least thrifted or like TJ Maxx prices. And then the second day, all the stuff was from the bins and it was more lighter weight stuff. But then I took my kids' 2 old backpacks, which I would have paid for out of pocket. So, you know, the way I was kind of explaining it to this person was, I'm considering any of these 3 items profit minus like the fees for the platform, because I would say I had out of pocket maybe like $75, 50 to 75 out of the stuff I brought from the bins to them, and I got 610 total. And if you remember, I bought Chris a backpack, Connor a backpack, Connor a fleece, and Connor 2 hats. So I would have spent that much out of pocket on those items for them, you know what I mean? So I'm going to consider that like the money that I had already paid out of pocket for all these items is what's covering those items for them. And then all these other items I'm just considering free to me. So whatever's the profit after the Poshmark and eBay fees is what I'm considering my profit, and then I pay tax on that. So that's how I'm explaining it to you guys today. All right, so that was a great sale. And then this one actually happened like literally minutes, like within 15 minutes, these 2 things sold. This one is one of the parkas. So I have 2 of these exact same ones, both same size. I listed this on Posh for $299. Somebody offered me $225. So yes, definitely accepted as fast as I could. So happy to sell it. And then just before I started recording this video, these sold, and these ones were the ones that Connor picked out. So I let him, since he came with me to pick out his backpack and stuff, since he's been learning how to resell, I let him, because a couple of the items that we took there came from his closet, like I said, his backpack, and I think a couple of his old fleeces. So I was like, go ahead and pick one item from the store, and that will be the thing that you list on eBay. So this is what he picked, and these boots sold for $87.20. So he's gonna be home from school within probably the next 30 minutes, and we haven't told him yet. So he's gonna be so happy when he finds out that these sold. And I don't know if I would have made a reel or anything yet, but he decided he didn't want the Switch 2 anymore. He wanted an iPad instead, and so he actually already bought that a few days ago. So I don't know what his next thing will be. Like, he already had enough money to pay for his whole iPad just from the garage sale we did at the beginning of the summer, a few of the eBay sales he's done, and he's helped me doing photographs, so I've been paying him for that. So yeah, he's just been earning money. He got some birthday money from grandma. So he had more than enough to buy his iPad, a little case for it, and a little extra screen protector. So he's thrilled, and now he's just gonna keep doing it. He already asked if we can go to the thrift store this weekend, so I said yes. So hopefully we can find him a couple more things to list, because I think he's down to maybe only one listing left of his own. So yeah, I'd love to get him some more things listed that can start selling for him. Okay, that was a mouthful. So the rest of the sales, oh, this one's here, but then the rest will be in the boxes. The little jelly cat, this sold within the first day of being listed. It's a little birthday cake from my bins haul. Sold for $23.20 on eBay. The buyer did ask, they said it's for their kiddo's birthday, so please make it not obvious. So I'm not sure. You know, I'm planning to ship it in a poly mailer. I didn't, you know, I priced the shipping for that specifically. So hopefully me putting this in like a black poly mailer is good enough. So, but yeah. Have you guys had people ask you to do something like that? Normally I'm like, I don't know what you want specifically, but hopefully that's good enough. So cute. All right, EN. This is a pair of Zaya leggings. I believe I got these from Brandy's Whatnot. These have been listed a while. I think I got them for like $1 or $2 way back when. And somebody offered me 15 on Posh, so I just went ahead and accepted based on how long that they've been listed. These are kind of cool ones. They kind of look like a mermaid print. And then, so List Perfectly auto delisted them from eBay since they sold on Posh. And then on eBay, somebody messaged saying, if you cancel their order, I'll buy them for more, which, yeah. So that was like an awkward thing. I didn't even answer because that's just like a rude thing to do. I would never cancel someone's order to sell it to somebody else for more, but these were actually listed for less than 15 on eBay to begin with. So they've also been listed forever. So it's just crazy that this person like was probably watching them for months and months and not buying them. And then as soon as they sell, they want them, you know? So anyways, that's what happened with those. Okay, FK. Got a cabbie corduroy blazer. This is like perfect for this time of year. This is from the bins and it sold for $17.50 on eBay. ER. These have taken a while to sell. The brand is Rogue. They're like a men's board short. And they are from the bins. These sold for $14.40 on eBay. FJ. This is airy, like a waffle. It's called the Lumberjane. It's like just a waffle knit button-up shirt. If this was any other color, I would have kept it for myself. This is from the bins. And if this was in better condition, it probably would have went for like 30. But when I went to list this, I noticed the back had some like dark discoloration spots, so I did disclose that, and it still sold for $19.72, so I think that's pretty good. All right, EY. Just some basic black Teva flip-flops from the bins. These sold for $12 on eBay. EY. Is that just an EY? This is a Velcro, so Anthropology top. It is from the bins. It has a ton of wrinkles and I did not steam it or do anything to it, so it looks terrible. So somebody offered 15 and I just accepted because, you know, they're gonna have to spend some time unwrinkling it, so I thought that was a very fair offer. BE. So we're headed over here. So that offer that just came in that I said was too low and that I countered, they did just counter back as I was switching the camera over. And they came up to 30. So from 20 to 30, my counter to them was 45. I said I would have accepted 35. So 30 is not that much lower. Who knows when I might get a $35 to $40 offer. So I just went ahead and accepted 30 because this is a fast sale and I do like that. So the item that it was this women's cool vest. And honestly, when I went to list this, the comps were lower than I thought. Like when I was buying this from Brandy's Whatnot, I'm like, that's probably a $50 vest. But yeah, I think I was seeing more 35 to 45. So I think 30 is fair enough. If this came from the other day where I was averaging everything out, it was probably only about $8. Like I know this item cost me more than $8 from her, but the way that I average stuff out. I'm making some profit off of this, so I'm pretty happy with that. All right, and then BE. Got some men's Anchor Blue baggy shorts, denim shorts. These are from the bins. They sold for $22.75. AR. Pair of Abercrombie jeans. I don't remember the exact style, but it was a skinny version. So the buy sell trade stores passed on these because they are skinny. So they sold for me on eBay for $12.80. So glad to move those. DT. I can't remember if this came from the bins or from whatnot, but it sold for $12.38. It's been listed a while either way. Probably a small profit, but not a ton. It's Chico's, did I say that? I love selling Chico's, but some pieces do well than much better than others. All right, CW. This is actually going out to a viewer, Sydney. Thank you so much. This is Chaps, and it's a really cool, like bear tree, like a Fair Isle type sweater. So really cute. This is from the bins, and Sydney bought it for $14.40 plus shipping. So thank you so much. AJ. This is from Brandy's Whatnot just a few days ago. The Vineyard Vines men's just button-up shirt. So around $8 out of pocket. Into $23 on Posh is what it sold for. Somebody accepted that Posh or VA offer. Box S. This has taken years to sell. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. This is my personal sweater, so I'm very glad to see it go. That box S is now pretty empty because this was taking up a lot of space. The brand is Bucket List. It was just like a boutique-y thing. I think I went to some like clothes party and felt obligated to buy something. So I bought this, and I did wear it several times, and I thought it was a cute sweater, but I listed it years ago, and now it finally sold for $16. So I'm making back, what, like 12 or 13 bucks after fees. So glad to have some money back. BA. This is from Brandy's Whatnot. Brandy finds some great stuff at the bins. Like, she goes to the same bins as me. I think that's basically where her inventory mostly comes from. So yeah. It's a Torrid New type sweater. This sweater is really nice, actually, and like the buttons are skulls. I just thought it was really cool. I imagine I have less, you know, probably around $8 max into it, and it sold on eBay for $28. I was gonna say Brandy has a Whatnot show, I think this coming Sunday, but you guys are not gonna be seeing this video before Sunday. Excuse me. I did notice somebody joined with my code. Shout out Ruth if you're watching. And I saw that I got $20 because of it. So like Ruth joined, she must have got $20. She bought something with her 20, which means I got 20. So every other time anyone joined with my code, I got 10. But I saw when I put my referral link that it says you can get anywhere from 10 to 200. So I think it's just random. So if you guys want to join Whatnot, if you want to go shop from Brandy or come chat with me while Brandy's doing a show, I'll usually in the chats, click the link and you might get anywhere from $10 to $200. And if you buy something, then I'll get anywhere from $10 to $200, and I'll very much appreciate it. So yeah, after I saw that, the $20 one, I kind of screenshotted it, put it on my Facebook, because I don't, you know, I love when you guys join stuff with my codes because I love getting free money. A lot of times I'll use that to buy myself something, and that's one of the only times I buy myself something. But yeah, so Whatnot, I do love sourcing inventory off of there, and I buy myself some stuff too. But if you guys join with my code, that allows me to spend more money in Brandy's shows and Camille's shows and people, real people, you know. So it's just cool to be able to like support friends that way. And who doesn't love free money? All right, last one, BG. You've probably already seen me sell these. I even made a reel about it, but they got returned. These are some women's like Gore-Tex Hoka. And I thought that, so these sold, not global shipping, what is it called? Like the authenticity guarantee. So any shoes that if you price them at $75, even if they sell like lower via offer to watchers, if they were originally priced at $75, they're still considered authenticity guarantee. And I thought anything that went through that was like non-returnable, even if you accept returns as a seller, but I guess not, because these ones were returned for fit. So the buyer was out both ways for shipping. I got them relisted, so I'm not really out anything. In fact, they actually sold for a few bucks more. I think they sold for like 56 maybe the first time. This time they sold for $63.20, and I think I paid like 21 or 22 bucks at Uptown Cheapskate for them. So very, very happy. Not that they got returned, but hopefully it sticks this time, you know, since they were returned for fit. That always makes me wonder, are they fitting small? And is the next person going to have trouble? But so far, everything that's gotten returned to me that has resold again has not gotten returned a second time. So fit is just different, and that is why I guess I'm glad that I accept returns now. I should really check. I don't know if I've actually made more sales because of it. I definitely got lots more returns because of it. And I say lots, but it's, last time I checked, it was right around 2% of what I sell. And I think I sell approximately 250 items per month on eBay. So it's really a very small problem overall. And not a problem because they're just being returned for fit and getting relisted. So, okay guys, yeah, 3 o'clock. Chris should be home any minute with Connor. I'm gonna go get these packed up and to the post office. I have Bible study tonight, so when I parted ways with Brandy and my other Bins friends, I think they were headed to Bins today, and my Bible study is close to Bins, so I might, after I drop this stuff at the post office, go there for an hour or two just to waste some time. So I'm saying that because the next video might be a little bit of a Bins haul if I find anything, but based on what everyone's been saying, it's just not been great lately. So fingers crossed. If not, I was going there anyways, and it's fun to just shop mindlessly for an hour or two. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my fast rambling talking. I really appreciate you guys more than you know, and I will catch up with you in the next one. Bye friends.